What up, guys? This is Austin Cooper once again. Back up. Today I'll be showing you the full LED mod for your PlayStation 3 controller. Once again, you're going to need a controller, LEDs, wires, soldering gun, strippers, and of course, all your clear buttons. Now, here I got a white controller, already taken apart. For those who don't know how to take a controller fully apart, check, I do have a video on it. It's one of my earlier videos, so go ahead and check that out and come back to this. So first thing what you want to do, find all your positions where you want to put these LEDs. Now, I don't know if the camera can really pick it up, but you don't want to cut a slot. Give me a second. Okay. Focus. There we go. You want to cut a slot right there, slot right here, slot right here, slot right there, slot right here, another slot right there, another slot right there, another slot right here, another slot right there, right there, right there. I messed up on those two, so don't worry about that. Here's the locations of the L1, R1, and then the right side as well, LED position, which we're going to slam an LED right here, and an LED right here. So once you got all those slots cut up, which I already did, because save time, you're going to want to go ahead and make a grip of these LEDs. I'll show you a second. Once I get one. The grip of these LEDs like so. Your power and ground. I'll be doing one of these to show you how to do this. Obviously, red is power, black is ground. Some people use negative. I use ground. Now, if you don't know about LEDs, refer to my later video, which you should know. But for the new guys, long is power, short is ground. So, let's go ahead and make one of these up. You're going to want to trim it, but obviously leave your power still longer than your ground, which I go in an angle so the power is still longer. So then we go ahead and get the camera down here. Focus that in. Let's make up one of these real fast. Now, if you did all the slots how I did, you're going to need to make up 13 of these. So let me go ahead, strip both ends of the power side of the wire. Go like that. Stripped. Get your LED. Go to your power side. Wrap it around. The power side. Like come on, focus here. Well, wrap it around. You understand. And then solder that. Solder. Come on. And we're going to solder that, which I put a lot of solder on it. Dang it. Wrap it around. Okay, so solder it like that. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side, but with obviously a different color wire. Does not matter what color wires are used as long as you remember what side is power and what side is ground. But to make it easy for everybody, I'm using red and black today. So go ahead, wrap it around the other side. Like so. Solder that up. Just burn myself. I'm okay. Okay, like so. So go ahead and make 13 of those. Chingus this. And then we'll get to the next step. Next step. Get your controller. Get one of these things. You know, which we just soldered up. Place it where you want to place it. Let's see. We'll do the first one. We'll do the first one right here. Alright, there. Alright, so. Alright. One thing I did forget to mention is you're going to need a hot glue gun. So this I put a little bit of dab of glue. To glue. Right, like so. Ta-da! Like so. And then you're good to go. Do all the rest like that. And, yeah, I'll get back to you. Alright, now we're back. Now, it should look similar to this. Now, let me explain what I just did here, because you're probably wondering, well, how did he wire it up? So, in the sake of time, I already wired it up a little bit, for right now. So, what you're gonna do, once you got all your LEDs glued in, I know this is going to be kind of difficult to explain, so bear with me. So, you're going to get 3 LEDs. Okay? 3 LEDs. Get 3 power lines, wires. So, basically, let's see. You're going to get, let's pretend, let's go with negative. Let's pretend these have LEDs at the end. So you're going to get 3 wires. Doesn't matter what LED. You're going to get 3 of them. Then, all 3 of them, you're going to twist. This is just for a demonstration. You don't need this. You're going to twist that. So you're going to twist it, and it should look like that. And you're going to do the same side. You're going to do the same thing to the negative. Then you're going to get a longer piece of wire. Then you're going to attach it to the 3 that you just twisted. So, to both ends. That way when you get it, you only have 2 wires that you have to put on to the battery. That's just for 3 LEDs. Then in the middle, you're going to do the 6 LEDs. So it should be this one. Give me a second. Come on, focus here. There it is. You're going to get this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. You're going to twist all those positive with positive, negative with negative. You're going to twist all those. One wire, attach it. So here's the positive side. So it should look like that. So then you got it like that. Then you're going to test them. And then the same thing, but with 3 on this side. So 3's hooked up to here, 3's hooked up to here, 6 is hooked up in the middle. Now, if any questions, please ask, because I know that was probably a little bit difficult to understand. So, let me explain a little bit better to you. Let me get a piece of paper out. Hold on. So here's what I basically did, guys. Here's what I basically did. So, let's pretend these squares, or whatever I'm drawing, not very good. Let's pretend those are 3 LEDs. Got one line, two lines. So this side go like this: positive, negative, positive, negative. So you're gonna get the positive, twist those up together. Then, so nobody will be confused here, negative wires, twist those up together. Get a longer piece of wire, twist it to there. Another piece of long wire, twist it to there. Test it with the battery. The B for battery. Those LEDs should light up. Now, that's the method right there. And then for the middle is just six of them. So hold up, sorry about that. So for this is for going to be the one in the middle. So let's pretend these are our 6 right here. So you're going to get your positive, swing it over here. Twist it up. Do the same thing. One line. Put it to the battery to test it. Good. I'm saying battery. I just got a little 9-volt battery. That way I don't have to turn on my controller just to test it. Just get a 9 little battery. Test it. See if the LEDs go off. Same thing with this. Go to your negative. 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 This is all right here. A parallel circuit. You don't know what a parallel circuit is. This is a series circuit. This is series. You got your ground. You got your battery. Series circuit means 2 of them, 2 LEDs back to back on one wire continuously. Parallel, obviously, is this. Parallel is this. Let's draw this better. Parallel. Got one battery, power, splits, splines or whatever, 2-1. There's another wire going to here, going to there, going to there, LEDs, ground, ground. So that's a parallel circuit. It's pretty much all this. So after that, after you got all that, should be looking similar to what I got here. Wow, that was a fail. Sorry about that. This got some stupid people interrupting. Got that, so one parallel here, one parallel circuit here, one parallel circuit here. Okay? Once you do that, so go ahead and do that. Once you do that, actually let me show you what it looks like tested so far. This is a 6 LED test. Take one. If I can get my wires to stay. Take one. There we go. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm using blue LEDs. So as you can see, all 6 of them are lighting up. That was just one circuit. Here is the other circuit with the 3 of them at the end. So there you go. My hand's in the way. There's that circuit. Switch it around. We got. Oops. Come on. So got that circuit. Okay? Okay. Give me a minute, guys, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, after you got all that wired up, don't forget to solder this. I was going to solder those connections. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so once you have soldered those ends that I just told you about, once you soldered, go like, well, this is the right side. So once you soldered those, give me a second here. Those points, those 3 twisted with that longer wire that I was saying. Once you solder that, and then the positive side too, that longer wire that's on this 3 set right here, that longer wire is going to go straight to the one in the middle. So this was my longer wire right here. You're going to twist it to the one in the middle, the whole entire bunch, not those long wires, not the long wires in the middle. You're going to go straight to here, to the middle, to where those 6 points were twisted. You're going to get that longer wire from the right side and go through there, same thing. Then, obviously, you're going to test it again to make sure everything is working properly. This thing will stay. Let me do this. There's a stupid design that they made. Anyways, obviously you're gonna test it. Now you want to see it, but it just it works. So 6 plus those 3 twisted. Now you're going to take these wires, these 2 wires, the ones that are in the middle, those long ones that we had, you're going to put it onto the ones on the right. I mean on the left side. So this long wire from the middle that where we twisted those 6, we got that long wire, test it, we're going to put it right here where those other 3 were. So we're going to twist it in there, obviously black with black, red with red, positive with positive, negative with negative. We're going to do that. So, but before you twist those, solder those points after you test it to make sure it works. So, I'm going to go ahead and twist these on. And, actually I'm going to go ahead and solder this, twist these on, test it. So I'm going to do that right now. I'll be back to show you. So after you got those long wires twisted on here, and go ahead and solder that. Test it first before you solder those 2 points that you twisted. Okay? And all of them should work. So I'm going to go ahead and solder those 2 points because I already tested it. So I'm going to solder this. And I'll show you the finished result. Well, all of them lit up. So then once you got those 2 points soldered, and go ahead and test it. So give me a second to set up this camera. So here is the test of all LEDs going off. There it is. All of the LEDs are lit. There you go. Now it's really hard to see because I'm holding down the wires to the battery. So after that, go ahead and glue all the wires down so nothing will be in your way when you put everything back in. So I'm going to go ahead and glue all these wires up, stuff them in corners and whatnot to do that. Sorry about that. So let me do that. I'll come back and we'll start putting in buttons. So now that you got everything glued down, you have to be really careful that nothing is touching, because that's what happened just to me right now. I had something touching and everything fails if something is touching. So after you got everything pushed down, glued down, all the wires are out of the way, should be looking something similar to this, but this should be the same. Left hand side of the controller, be right hand side if you're facing it this way, but left hand side of you should be 2 wires, positive and negative. That should light up the whole system. So let's go ahead and slam all these buttons back. So I'll go ahead and do that. Once I got all the buttons in, I'll put this back in. So let me just put the select arrows and triangle X buttons in, and then I'll come back and put that back in. So let me do that. I'll be right back. So once you got your buttons in, give me 1 second. Well, once you got your buttons in, don't forget to put on the clear padding that they have. So, and then obviously put this back like you normally would. Slides in. So I'm going to do that. Put that back in. Screw it up and I'll go from there. So let me do that. So, right after you got that in, you screw that little piece down. You're going to put your positives. You're going to hook up your positives. You're going to hook up your positive right there. And your negative right there. You're going to solder those two together. So let's go ahead and I'll do that. I'll be right back. So right after that, you're going to put your battery. All that stuff. So, let me go ahead, put the cover back on, those two buttons, and I'll show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, so now that you got everything back in, should be looking similar to that. Okay, now, there you go. You got all your blue LEDs. Let me shut off the light here. Blue LEDs going everywhere. This is the fully modded LED mod for the PlayStation 3 controller. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment. You know what to do, guys. I know this was a long video, so thank you for watching. Go ahead and try it yourself. It is a hard mod to do. I did run into some problems, but with a little bit of time and effort, you know, it comes out okay. So, see me playing now. So, fully modded PlayStation.